So I'm here to talk about Leakycon. Last weekend in Chicago, Illinois, I went to Leakycon and got to meet up with a whole bunch of my friends that I've met through the fandom, and also a whole bunch of people that I had yet to meet that I actually got to talk to, or that they followed me on Tumblr or Twitter or whatever, and I ran into them and they came up to me, which is kind of neat, so thank you people for doing that. I got to Chicago on Wednesday, and Wednesday was kind of just like a settle-in day, the day before Leakycon. We walked around the hotel a bit. Hilton Chicago is beautiful. They had these really funky chandeliers in all of their big rooms, and the ballroom was amazing and huge, and it was kind of neat to see everything before everything got crazy, and you didn't really get to appreciate it because you're running around from this panel to this panel to this panel kind of thing. And that night, we ended up going to Navy Pier. They do fireworks there twice a week, and Wednesday was on one of the nights. And we went on this fireworks cruise. I use the word cruise really lightly because it was more of a speedboat adventure to the death where you get wet. Kind of like the Maid of the Mist, if you've ever been to Niagara Falls. More than a cruise, which is, to me, a cruise is nice and leisurely, and no, this was not a cruise, this was a speedboat adventure. But the fireworks were really pretty. We had a really funny tour guide who thought it would be fun to try and sing Justin Bieber, and I have video of that.
Baby, baby, baby. Oh no, my career is over. It happened to Hanson, it's gonna happen to him.
But after the cruise, we went back to the hotel and we got all registered because they opened registration early to those of us who were already there. So I was a rock star. And if you want to see, that pass kind of looks like this. Has your name on it and everything. And then the regular pass just had a blank background, and the Rockstar pass has this nice Rockstar background. And then in each of the bags, we also got these we got two of these little things. One said Leakycon 2012. The other one said a house. Now, you weren't necessarily given the house that you were sorted into. I was just lucky enough to get my house, which was Hufflepuff. But there was people running around asking, like, do you have this house? Do you have that house? Do you want to trade me? And I was like, no, and no one wanted a Hufflepuff, because Hufflepuffs don't get love. So, spread Hufflepuff love. At the conference, you had a chance to collect other of these little things, depending on what panels you went to and what kind of events you went to. There's like a Lizzie Bennett one, there was Maureen's Midnight Movie, First Timers, rock stars, not like rock stars like pass, but like rock stars and like Wizard Rockstar. What else? Oh, there was an AVPSY one. And then there's like the Totally Awesome one. And yeah, so some of them they were given at events. Other ones you had to find certain people and then ask them for them. So some people have like a ton of these, and I have the 3, but. So that's that. That was like your pass, and you wore the pass out everywhere. So Thursday was the first full day of Leakycon, and with registration out of the way, we actually got to go right ahead and do stuff. Thursday was the opening ceremonies, of course, HP actors signing, there's a rock show, and hanging out with the Warblers in the lobby were like the big things that happened that day. And I also got to meet some of my Twitter followers for the first time. And my favorite reaction that I got was someone said to me, "Oh my god, you're real." So it's kind of weird to think, it's just kind of cool to think that, like, yes, we're all like interacting on the internet and everything like that, but to think that like there's actually a person like talking to you on the other end. And then to that effect, I also met Kirsten Hippie, which is kind of neat because I've followed her for a while. And watch her videos and stuff like that. So it was kind of neat just to get to actually meet people that like you'd been talking to on the internet for so long. And so each time I go to something like this, it's kind of neat to do that. And opening ceremonies was awesome. Of course, you had Hank Green as David Tennant, as the Doctor. You had Alex Carpenter singing to Melissa Nelly. Britney Spears. You had the Warblers singing to Ivana. You had Ivana dressed up as Katniss. You had all of the Harry Potter actors dressed up as their favorite, like who they wanted to be. So you had, and then we rocked out at night, as you do at Leakycon. So that was really neat to do that on Thursday. And then on Friday was a YouTube panel in the morning with Hank Green, Christina Horner, Alex Green, and Jason Monday, followed by Joe Moses One Man Shows Us, followed by, what else did I do? Oh, Potter Puppet Pals. I did a whole bunch of signings. I did Warblers, I did Star Kid, I did Marcus Shiro, I did Potter Puppet Pals, and then there's a rock concert, and then there's the HP alumni panel with the photo booth. And then that night I got to hang out with a bunch of people. That Friday night was the night I forgot to sleep. It's probably not the best night to forget to sleep, but it's just you get to see these people so, like your friends that you meet online so infrequently that you just kind of get to hang out with them at night. Friday night at the rock show, Harry the Potters performed, Alex Carpenter performed, he did a cover of Call Me Maybe. The thing about the International Ballroom, where they had all the rock shows and everything, the floor was really pliable. So like you have all these people jumping around and you can feel the floor moving. And right underneath us the whole time practicing was Team Starkid. They were practicing for Harry Potter Senior Year. And I ran into Liam White in the hallway and I was like, how are you guys like practicing? And he's like, well, it's really hard because of the noise for one. And then we had this fear, like we were talking, because we could see the chandeliers moving. And at one point they asked the security, like, is it safe? And they're like, well, it's only collapsed once before. And then that was kind of their cue, I guess, to get out of the room. And they ended up practicing in a hallway, not in the ballroom underneath. So that would be really scary if the floor had collapsed or the ceiling, I guess, had collapsed in or something like that. So maybe they should look into that. I don't know.